The event, Tom Callum, about where the idea came from.
It just made sense, to be fair, to me at least.
Host of Drag Queen Story Hour. Many negative comments have been posted online about the program.
And they show up and they have their way with your children in demon outfits.
Drag Queen Story Hour.
Drag queen has led to a huge debate.
So Drag Queen Story Time.
Lactation is the devious diva you could ever think of.
We're in 2018, and the most damaging thing that you can think of is a man wearing a dress. Wake up and listen to the facts.
I'm a full-time politics and international relations student at the University of the West of England. I also have 2 part-time jobs. I have rent to pay. I'm supposed to be a loving fiance. And I run Drag Queen Storytime on top of it all. The original project, Drag Queen Story Hour, was started in America by Michelle T and Radar Productions. I essentially saw it on Twitter and thought it was a great idea, so I quoted it saying, "Why doesn't this exist in the UK?" And they responded saying, "Why don't you make it?" So I did. And now, like 8-9 months later, here we are. Yeah, it's just a natural fit. Drag queens and children, it makes perfect sense the moment you see it. I came out at the age of 11 while still in military school, an all-boys boarding school. I didn't see myself represented on television. I didn't see myself represented in school. No lesson I went to even touched upon anyone like me. My sexual education classes didn't even mention homosexuality. As far as the rest of the world was concerned, I didn't exist. You can only deal with that so long before it becomes a part of who you are. Before every conversation you have becomes guarded, before every person you meet, you have to assess how much you can tell them. Before the walls come up, before you even realize that you've built them. If I could meet me when I was 11, if I could go to one of the events that we run and see that it's okay for you to do whatever you want, be whoever you are, love whoever you want, I'd like to believe that that would have had an impact, a lasting impact.
I'm Rachel James. I'm mum to 2 children.
I'm Faye Passy. I'm also mum to 2 children, Hayden and Erin. I'd been to Drag Queen Storytime before with my youngest daughter Erin, who's 3, as part of the sessions they were doing around the libraries in the summer in Bristol, and so I knew what to expect. So it was great that we were able to go and watch it again. I knew that the kids would love it.
I thought it was really good, and because like I said, I'd heard about it before and not had the opportunity to take my youngest, so I just thought, oh, fantastic, all for it. And yeah, was really pleased to hear that they were doing it. And yeah, it is a bit different, but it's a really good concept.
I was delighted, having seen it before. I thought, brilliant, the kids will absolutely love this. It'll be great fun, and it's no different than a pantomime. You know, it's children are used to seeing characters dressed up from TV, from pantomime. So yeah, I thought brilliant. Well done, Mr. Barry, for bringing it into school.
I really enjoyed it.
We were laughing a lot,
singing, because Alyssa did the If You're Happy and You Know It, and we
got us all up dancing.
We were really joining in with it, and the kids were just.
It was great to see
engaged.
the kids' reaction.
Yeah,
and it's what I had expected and hoped, but actually it was sort of better than expected.
Yeah,
because they really engaged.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be a great thing because it's always a controversial subject when you mix drag queens and kids anyway, and this proved to be very controversial. But it worked, and the shows were selling out, and got me to realise that I could do something that I never thought I could, which was work with kids. So I think something like this would have really benefited me, and because at the end I promote acceptance and being who you are, and you're born this way, and you don't need to be scared of who you are. And then kids walk away with these messages, and sometimes they message me on Facebook, the mothers, or they'll come up to me after a show, because I always do a meet and greet after a show, where they have the opportunity to meet me and tell me a bit about them and their story, etc. And it really benefits, and it's something that I wish I would have had as a kid. We were always told, we were always kind of taught to frown upon this kind of thing. I mean, I didn't even know what drag was until I started doing it, and I thought, actually, this isn't a bad idea. This is a laugh. For me, it was just like some old blokes in a wig and a tatty dress in Prague or something for hen nights and stag nights, and it turns out to be a lot more to it. Yeah, I've never had any backlash, to be honest. But then I'm one of those people that just doesn't care. Like I will literally just do what I want. Like if I'm enjoying something and it's making me money and I don't care about what people have to say. Do you know what? You have to expect it with things like this. So I wasn't surprised at all, and I wasn't bothered by it at all. It's something that comes with it, you know what I mean? Parents will take their kids to pantomimes, and this whole thing about parents not agreeing with it, etc. It's all BS. I mean, it's just parents love it, and a majority of the mums come for themselves because they like the banter, they like seeing a drag queen, they know it's funny, you know what I mean? They know it's harmless, because it's harmless. At the end of the day, I just read stories to children. It's like going to the pantomime. It's like going to see Widow Twankey, except I look a little bit better. I look a bit more couture. So she lived happily ever after, single and happy. A round of applause for Princess Smarty Pants.
Right, Karen, you go first. What did you think of Alyssa when you saw her at school?
I thought she was really good and really funny.
What was your favourite bit?
My favourite bit was when Alyssa said that the wig was her real hair.
Oh, was that when all the kids went, no, it's not, it's a wig?
Yeah, and then she said, right, show's over.
It is genuinely beautiful to watch. And then at our last watershed performance, we had one kid who came to the show, and at the end of it, he went and met with Alyssa. And he hadn't really interacted or come up or anything like that. But then he just started talking to her about how he had Asperger's, and he found it difficult to engage with people. And he just he spoke about the reactions that he gets at school from children who just completely ignore him or think he's really, really weird. And while that was happening, I was with his parents, and his parents were beginning to well up, and I couldn't understand why. And they were just like, he doesn't talk to anyone, ever. They were just like, crap. And there Alyssa was, she had no idea what to expect. There's been a few negative comments. It's like when we first did the performance with Bristol Library, they were interviewing parents and people who were in attendance, and it was overwhelmingly positive. And then at the end of the piece, they said that they did receive some negative comments, but they were all off camera. So that's the thing I try and focus on, the fact that these people don't have the bravery to actually stand up and say it.
So this is a tweet to Parson Street, and what you guys do is disgusting. If you come to Northern Ireland, I'll beat the shit out of you and kick your ass, and you'll be going to jail for teaching kids this, because it's an immature and immoral freak show. There are only two genders. I hope you die of AIDS, HIV, and burn in hell.
Some people are vile.
Yeah, Some people are just vile.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this says, shocking. I send my children to this school for education, not adult entertainment, nor for the headmaster to fulfil his own personal campaign for LGBT rights. With extremely poor SATs results, maybe the school should start concentrating on education instead. Just a thought. You know, I just think common sense just says that they are not going to come in and perform as they would to adults. That's just common sense, and I don't get why people are, think that it's going to be anything other than, tailored for children. With regards to the comments about the headmaster's personal campaign, I don't know where they get that from. Parson Street is proud of its kind of the way they promote equality, and they have the award for Educate and Celebrate. So any parent that sends their child to that school knows that equality is high on the agenda, and they will do what they can to promote.
And it's not just gender, it's
not
equality.
just gender, it's equality across the board,
Race,
religion, colour,
everything. And
so I don't know why maybe the school should start concentrating on education. That's part of education. I want my child to grow up. I don't necessarily care if they come out with A's, but if they come out with a respect for people and all religions, all colours, that's all I want from my child. So I would just dismiss that comment, really.
And representation is one of the biggest forms of activism that exists. Just showing that there is a different way of doing things opens people's minds to the possibilities of what is achievable. No matter who you are, if you encounter difference and you are shown it in a positive light, then you will respond positively to it. And that is a message that you will take on with you. You will interact with people in a more positive way. You will accept people in a more positive way.
And it's just that it's not appropriate. What's not appropriate?
Yeah.
It's just a man in costume, dressed up, reading stories. Like, what is it that you feel in that is not appropriate?
Yeah.
It just goes to show how much the world is changing and how much people are accepting it more now. It's really interesting. It's a laugh, you know what I mean? There's nothing to be offended about. It's just drag.